Welcome, welcome to Holy Ground Spiritual Center. Today we are moving into compassion. For those of us who have been following us with this meditation, we have been in a 7-month series of interspiritual meditation, a 7-step process from the world spiritual traditions. And we started out with motivation. Then the month after that, we were in gratitude. And the month after that, we were in transformation. And now we have shifted and moved into the next part of this 7-step process from world traditions, world spiritual traditions, and we are now in compassion. Welcome, wherever you are, however you be, no matter what you feel today, and no matter how you landed on this page, you are where you are supposed to be. So we start off just getting ourselves grounded. And I'm going to bring in some sounds of nature, because sometimes nature have a way of just bringing us to peace. Bringing us to peace. So the contemplative meditation, it's a place for you to relax, a place to reflect, and a place to write. There are some of you who use this as your intentional journal writing space, and I offer a prompt for you as you gather your things so you can write. Each second Sunday, I will grab one of these cards. It's from Empowering Questions. And for those of you who would like to have something to do while you meditate, it's a great way. So let's see. I'm about to pick a card. I never know what I'm going to pick. Who or what defines the contents of my life? Who or what defines the contents of my life? And I'm going to put this in here. Who or what defines the contents of my life? Who or what defines the content of my life? And there you have it. Who or what defines the contents of my life? This is your journal prompt for today. As you are getting yourself comfortable to relax and meditate, reflect, or write, you want to make sure you have set your room, your ambiance, your sacred space in a way that is going to speak to you, in a way that is going to allow you to be in this moment with no distractions. I like to have candle and smoke and fragrance. I'm just doing a backflow incense, and you can see behind me there's a candle. Do whatever feels good to you. Actually, I'm gonna move my backflow a little bit closer to me. A little bit closer to me today. And I'm gonna tap the chime just to bring us into a centering space as we prepare to breathe and listen and be at one with ourselves. Now is also the time for you to say the names of the people you want in this space with you. Now is the time, if you would like to share a prayer, open up your heart, your mind, and energy for prayer to the divine of your understanding. Now is the time to reflect on the prophet or prophets that you follow. Now is the time to let go of anything that has been keeping you from moving in the way that you desire to move or in the way that you know would be a healthier way to move. Okay, I thought I was muted, then I wasn't. Okay. Let's shake this off. I will now read the hymn of the Good Samaritan. For every race and land, the victim of our day, abused and hurt by human hands, are wounded on life's way. The priest and Levite pass and find not time to wait. The pressing claims of living call, they leave them to their fate. But one of the different faiths, but one of different faith, to care he felt compelled. His active love, like Jesus' own, uplifted, healed, and held. May this example lead, inspire, and teach us all that we may find in others' faith the God on whom we call. If you are just joining us, I have just read the hymn of the Good Samaritan as we have moved into our compassion um, month of the interspiritual 7-step process for world traditions. So when we think about compassion, and here is the journaling prompt for those of you who journal during this time. Who or what defines the contents of your life? I'll bring it back occasionally. So as we think about compassion, the first question that comes to mind um, is, what is compassion? What does compassion look like? What is the difference between compassion and love? And this chapter starts off with a question. And the question is, may I be loving and compassionate? May I be loving and compassionate? May I be loving and compassionate? When it comes to the foundation of our relationships, when it comes to the foundation of our happiness and well being, each of us desire to be loved. Each of us desire to be seen or heard. And this chapter says that the universal currency of reciprocity between all beings and the fundamental values that lie at the heart of all spiritual practices is love and compassion for others. This chapter says that this is our foundation to our own happiness and our own well being. We allow ourselves to be infused and immersed in the presence of universal love. We radiate love and compassion in all beings, including ourselves, that constantly strives to remove the cause of their suffering. We now dedicate our lives to this loving and compassionate intention. In order to be compassionate and loving, there must be intention. So when we think about compassion and love is the sincere wish for the happiness of another being. Many of us can love anything, and we hope that they get the best that they need out of life and whatever their heart desires. Compassion is when you are intentional about helping or figuring out how you can remove the cause of another person's suffering. Sometimes you may hear that if you volunteer or if you be of service to others, it will make you feel better because we're built in that way. Or some of us, when we give to others, especially others who we know are not fortunate as we are, and when we give to others just using the gifts that we have been given, we know that just living out in our purpose and our call and our vocation, doing what we believe have been given to us to share in this world, we're able to live in a healthier way. We're able to live free, mindful that even though we have gifts and talents and treasures to give and share with others, we also have to be sure to share that same love, energy, and intention with our own selves. Great compassion is the vow to become enlightened in order to liberate others and all beings from suffering. So, love is having a wish that the people you care for or the things that you are passionate about get what they need to be happy. Compassion is thinking about and strategizing and being a part of the help or the service, if you will, and the prevention of harm and suffering from people who have been not seen or not heard or not touched. Great compassion is being able to sit or lay or tap into your spirituality, to open up your heart and your mind and spirit, um, some way allowing God to move you, allowing God to speak, allowing the universe to show you the things that you need to see, allowing the prophets that you follow um, to be able to open up you to the possibilities, even when things seem impossible. Great compassion allows you to be awakened, allow you to see not just with your eyes, but with your hands, with your energy, with your body, and act on how it would be necessary to help those who have not been seen, to act on those who are suffering. That, my friends, is great compassion. And as you navigate this space and this world, being the best you can be, each of us, different shapes and sizes and colors and intellectual abilities and physical abilities, each of us are able to share a little bit of what we have with someone else, because at the end of the day, we never know who is suffering. We never know who is suffering. And each of us have been given something. We are not supposed to struggle. We don't have to suffer long. The truth is, yes, many of us will encounter situations that may feel like it will set us back. But we too have what we need to fill up our heart tank, even if it's just making a call, sending a text message, sending an email to let someone know, I see you, I hear you, I'm watching you. You are doing wonderful things. The best is yet to come. Don't give up now. I know life may seem hard and things will turn around. As long as we are clear about the intention, you can't be selfish and be compassionate. You can't be selfish and love. It takes a little bit of everything. This chapter mentioned Buddhist style, um, combining real life experience and intellectual reasoning. There are some real life experiences that that will happen to us. And then there are some things we can think about and figure out how we can do things differently based on what we have experienced and based on what we know to be true in our life and the way that we love and the way that we live. Love, compassion, and great compassion is part of our survival. This book mentions the responsibility of reciprocity is hardwired in human consciousness. If we do this living thing right or healthy, when things happen for us that are good, our mind, our body, our spirit, the human consciousness, if we are awakened, will want to just give back. Sometimes when life feels like a struggle, it's because some of us have given more and have not received what we thought we should have or when we thought we should have. So that is a thing. And that could be part of the suffering, that could be part of the survival. But don't get hung up into wondering when you're going to get your thing back from the person you gave it to. Navigate your life with open heart, welcoming what the universe will offer for you. And it may not be as blatant as you expect. Limited and limitless love. On page 113, it says, when we use the words love and compassion in everyday conversation, we automatically assume that everyone understands what we're talking about. But love and compassion have many different definitions and connotations. In this particular book and meditation process, we are trying to evoke and talk about the deepest and most profound love and compassion. This love is not about attraction or deep affection. It isn't conditioned by how people looks, thinks, talks, or acts, or even whether we like them or not. It's love without limits. There is a profound difference between universal or divine love and compassion and our ordinary use of the words. This love and compassion also implies deep empathy and concern for another person's safety, as well as their physical and emotional health. Universal love and compassion goes even further. This commitment is eternal. The scope of our love encompasses all beings everywhere. All beings everywhere. Hmm. The well being of all beings is a paramount in our consciousness. We apply a higher standard to the words happiness and well being, for we are not only concerned with immediate and ephemeral needs and pleasures, but with the liberation from even the possibility of suffering from everyone. As the Muslim Sufi poet Hafiz writes, and love says, I will, I will take care of you to everything that is. That's what love says in this poem. And in the book of Corinthians, it says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, nor is it rude. It is not self seeking, nor easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endure all things. Love never ends. And as I bring this meditation to a centering moment before I close, there is no love or compassion without intention. There is no love and compassion without intention. Love, the actions, the thought, the idea of the possibilities of ending suffering and humanity requires intention on everybody's behalf. We will now take a moment to listen and be. I know I've shared a few things. Now is the time to absorb them and reflect on what you can do differently to end the suffering of someone around you. What can you do differently to give yourself the love, the compassion, and great compassion you need? What is energy calling you to do for humankind? And for those of you who are journaling, now is the time to wrap up what defines the contents of your life. We are all in this life thing together. Even if I don't see you physically, we are in this together, hand in hand, step by step, heart to heart, mind to mind, breath to breath, in movement, in dancing in this world with the gifts and the talents and the brilliance and creativity and strength and power that has been given to us. I'm going to now read the closing message in this chapter. And this is by Mishkat Al Anwar, Hadith 88. And it says, "My love belongs to those who love each other in me, who experience intimacy in me, who shower each other with goodness for my sake, who visits each other joyfully for my sake." I'm going to read it one more time. My love belongs to those who love each other in me, who experience intimacy in me, who shower each other with goodness for my sake, and who visit each other joyfully for my sake. May you think about how you will show up with love and compassion. Tomorrow, our holy experience is going to be the holy writing from 8 to 9:30. I want to invite you to join us in a Zoom room. I will offer a writing prompt for tomorrow, or you can slide into the room and use it as your time to write, organize your life, make notes, plan out your holiday, plan out your next year. It's just this intentional, sacred space to reconnect with yourself, with your electronics, on how you're going to move in the next, in your next. Thank you for joining me. I am Reverend Melissa McQueen-Simmons, and I look forward to seeing you in the Zoom room tomorrow as we enjoy the Holy Writing.